Welcome to Instant Replay presented by Cheez-It for the MLS Cup Playoffs Conference Final Edition. And we have but one play and three analysts to take a look at it. Charlie Davis is here. Christina Uncle is here. I am Andrew Wiebe. And you know what play we're talking about. 67th minute. LAFC up 2-0 on Austin. Diego Fagundez in the penalty area. Ibeagha comes in and, oh boy, Charlie, that sure looks like a foul to me. I see contact on the top of the foot. Diego goes down. Armando Villarreal, the referee, says no foul. I've been calling it loose all game, but Tim Ford, the VAR, calls him to the monitor, and Armando says no once again. This was not going to be a penalty, but should it have been, in your opinion?
In my opinion, once the referee is signaled to the monitor, this should be a penalty kick because there is contact from Ibeagha on Diego Fagundez without touching the ball. He's attempting to make a tackle, make a play on the ball, and gets all of Fagundez. Now, it's not the most contact. It's his heel. You can see as he catches Fagundez's foot. But that's enough for me to warrant the penalty kick. And I was a little surprised that he decided to stick with this call on the field. Now, I think what played into that was the embellishment as Fagundez throws his arms in the air after the contact. That was going against how Villarreal was managing the match. And down 2-0, opportunities weren't coming that often. Maybe I will embellish to get that PK because that's what we need to get back in the game. And that could have played a role with the thinking here.
But Christina, just because you embellish doesn't mean there's not contact and a foul. How do you see this play?
Yeah, we're always looking at the facts, right? We have studs on the top of the boot, 100% contact. This is a good recommendation by the VAR for a clear and obvious error for a foul. Reminder, referee still, ultimately, the VAR is merely recommendation, similar to an assistant referee. All they do is provide the referee information, the video. It's still up to the referee to make that final decision. The VAR protocol allows for that, requires it. It's one of the principles. Here, though, we did like this recommendation. We want this to be a VAR recommendation. Should have been penalty kick, one that we'd like to take back.
I want to dig into one thing with you, Christina, and something Charlie said, something I noticed in this match. Armando Villarreal was not calling this game tight, so to speak. He was letting teams play. He was letting contact go. So is this a case where he says, you know what, the way I'm managing this game, this degree of contact is not enough? Obviously, he has the final say. Do you see any credence in that argument?
Credence in the argument only in the sense that it is the referee's game still, right? It's always the referee's decision. So, correct. Higher level of foul threshold, the tempo and the foul discrimination that was being selected throughout the game lent for that. So, yes, I could see this being him saying, you know what, this isn't anywhere where I've been calling it, whether it was in the middle of the field or if it's in the penalty area. I want to keep that bar high. That is 100% his prerogative to do so. However, all that being said, even with that argument, even with the potential argument of saying an embellishment, you can't deny the evidence that there is contact, studs, top of the foot, which causes that fall. Therefore, we want to keep this as still a recommendation for the VAR for clear and obvious penalty.
And for me, Wiebe, it's the effort he's making. He's trying to make a tackle. It's not they're running in the box and he steps on his foot. He's going for a tackle, misses the ball completely, and catches Fagundez's foot. That, to me, meets the threshold for a foul, which happened to be in the box. Even though it wasn't the most egregious and forceful contact, it's still contact, and it still was attempting to play the ball.
I completely agree. For me, this is a foul as well. It's clear and obvious to me. The studs on the top of the foot, the contact. Does Fagundez embellish a little bit? Sure, but he's also not attempting to stay on his feet. You can see he experiences that contact, he feels the pain, and he's immediately going down in my mind. I think this should have been a penalty. Austin a little bit frustrated, but also frustrated with themselves, unable to create chances in this conference semifinal against LA. MLS Cup, November 5th, 4 p.m. Eastern, Fox and Unimas, LAFC hosting the Philadelphia Union.